This thing right here, it's giving me issues. That right there is making noise. It's clunking. I'll show you how I did it. That's not normal. It shouldn't be doing that. So the plan is to change that. I'm gonna try to find it. I'm gonna show you the lazy way how to do it. The moon is out, so tomorrow I'm gonna start this in the morning. You see it's kind of wet there. It's just WD-40. I usually like to leave WD-40 overnight, just like all the bolts that are gonna come off. So I spray them all before overnight, so then it makes it easier for the bolts to come out. First step, what we're gonna do is gonna remove the cotter pin. I'm just gonna grab it from this side here. This is a 14 millimeter. All right, so this one's a 17 millimeter. So look at that. All right, that one came out pretty easy. 17. This one is gonna be kind of hard to take off. What you gotta do is you gotta hammer it. You gotta hit this one. All right, got my trusty old hammer. I'm gonna hit it right here. It's back on here. There you go. Oh, gonna remove this 17 millimeter bolt. Put a ratchet on the other side. 17 millimeter again. Put like a 17 millimeter through it. And then you just got the tip here. There you go. That worked. Yeah, you see? So once you release it, what you can do is push down on the brakes and move it to the side like that. Those bolts in the back, you have access to them now. Like you could actually remove them without the suspensions blocking your way. So these are 14 millimeter. We're gonna pull those out. For the first bolt, I got my ratchet in there. It's stuck. Like I don't have much room to like push, and it's stuck. So I'm gonna use some heat and then try to loosen it with some heat first. Got it red hot. Rubber is melting off. That works. That's it. It has a swivel on it. Great. Check this out. That's not good. So here's my quick tip. So the bolt that holds these things in, the upper table bolts, they're hard to come off sometimes. So what I did, this one's out already. What I did is I heated up this whole area here and managed to turn the bolt. But when I stopped the heat, the bolt became very hard to turn. So you gotta do it like, you gotta keep heating it and it'll come off. So I got this thing out here. There you go. This thing is out. So right here, it shouldn't be doing this like that loose. That's why it's finished. So this is the new one. This is the old one. So you gotta check it out, compare it. You see how it's like not the same? Like if you look, it's like the opposite. So this is the driver's side. And this is passenger side, what we're doing today. So it's passenger side. We're gonna match it up. I take some grease and I just put grease on the inside here, around it. I like to put inside where the bolt goes through. I like to put some here. That's it. I'm ready to install it. Use that. It's a 14 millimeter. This one here. out of the way. Because it's so tight here, you gotta have like something small you could use. Once you got those two bolts on, this has to be leveled. So you put in a level position and then you can tighten it. So now once you tighten that, those two bolts, you can kind of pull this down, go through, and once it's through, put the bolt on. So once you tighten up the castle nut, you're gonna have to pull this one through the cotter pin and just bend it outwards or inwards, wherever you want, but just bend it in. This is like a safety measure. Grease up, pull it out. I'll grease between here and in here, just to make it easy to slide in. All right, guys, quick tip here. You see that screwdriver through it? I have to put my whole chest on the brake disc, push it down. While pushing down this whole brake disc and everything, holding it down, then I was able to line up the hole for the suspension. So you got to really hold it down. You could try to use a pry bar between the fork and the drive shaft. You put it between there, and then you can kind of like you can have some leverage there. If you don't get leverage there, you can use your whole body weight, push it down, and then boom, use a screwdriver, put it through, and you got your hole lined. After that, you just put your bolt through it. All right, so I just want to show you the situation here. This is my last tip. So I take a crowbar, I run it against the wishbone and the drive shaft. So when you put it between there, you pry. While you pry, you'll be able to get your bolt, like your suspension bolt, through. Now, I think there's a way to do it without removing that bolt, because it's so much trouble to remove it. If you can just remove the top bolts here, and then pull the whole thing down. Pull the whole thing down, like push it, and then pull the suspension out of its place while it holds there. I think it's possible. But me, I had to remove the bottom bolts. Like I had so much issue, I needed like some play. But the main thing is to get that bolt through the suspension. It's actually the hardest part. So if you learn anything, if you got some good tips from this video, you can leave a like if you want, subscribe if you want. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.